Thomas Partey and Christian Norgaard. These two midfielder has been making a buzz for the past 24 hours, especially when the news actually broke out that Arsenal will be going for the 31 years old captain from Brentford, letting Thomas Partey, who has been an incredible midfielder for Arsenal last season. Well, in this video, do well to watch it to the end. I'm going to be explaining why Arsenal choose to go for Christian Norgaard and letting Thomas Partey go. And I'm going to be explaining why Thomas Partey wants to leave Arsenal and what Thomas Partey did wrong that no other player should be able to do, even though they want or have interest in moving to another team. So do well to watch this video to the end, and I would like you to drop your comment as per this video. Well, let's jump right into it. Thomas Partey has been an incredible player for the Arsenal jersey last season. He actually came to Arsenal in the year 2020 towards the die minute of the transfer window. He was actually signed to Arsenal and he left Atletico Madrid, especially when Andrew Beta was the sporting director of Atletico Madrid. As at then, he was 26 years of age. He was offered, take it, he was offered, he was, as at then, was earning around 130 per week. He was offered ×2. So automatically, if he has stayed in Atletico Madrid, he will be earning as much as 260 per week. But Thomas Partey, who wants to test the waters, actually came to Arsenal. I'm definitely sure he has this aspiration of coming to win the Champions League for Arsenal, coming to win the Premier League, coming to win something big, adding more value to his name as a great midfielder, an African midfielder that anybody could actually reckon with. But unfortunately, when he came to Arsenal in 2020, he actually tried his best, but so far he has been going in and out of injury. He has not really been a midfielder that has given Arsenal an edge compared to last season. Last season happens to be 2024-2025 season, and his contract will be ending in June. Now, this is where the talks comes in. Thomas Partey wants to stay in the Arsenal squad, but right now he is going back to reflect. Definitely, he is saying, I left Atletico, who will have offered me 260 weekly. Now I have come to Arsenal. I am earning 200 weekly. In a way, he has taken a pay cut, in a way, right? So now, according to him, he has proved himself to a reasonable doubt, especially last season. He is one of the incredible midfielder Arsenal had in the squad, right? Both in the Champions League and in the league, he actually performed, and I was really delighted to watch him. But unfortunately, Arsenal do not get to share the same sentiment. Looking at his trajectory from the year 2020 to 2025, Thomas Partey just shined, according to stats, just shined more in this last season, especially when his contract is about to end. So now he is requesting from 200 to 300 per week. He wants to at least get close to SAGA, who is getting 300 per week, and SAGA is not even up to his age, right? This particular person is 32 years of age, so he's requesting for 2 years and is also requesting for 300 per week. So Arsenal looked at it and said, hey, this is a player that for the past 5 years he has really not been at his most, especially for the past 4 years. But in this last time of his contract getting to an end, he actually picked up. But we can still hold on to him, right? Let us just see how we can extend to manage to give him 2 years, but we cannot go to give him 300. So this has been the loghead between Arsenal and Partey. But Partey has stand his ground and say, hey, I think I want this. If I was in Atletico, I would have been getting 260. So look at that years I have spent. I feel like that 260 should have been increased. Let's just add 40 to it to become 300. That is the calculation. And I think Arsenal should be able to pay that if they want me to remain in their squad. Remember, it is 32 years of age, and no team mostly will give players, except exceptional players like Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest player of all time, or the second best, Lionel Messi. Those are those players that they can be able to still consider and say, we can still give 2 years and look for an increase. Because Cristiano Ronaldo has been reported to have renewed his contract with Al Nassr, giving them 2 years, and it's going to expire in the year 2027. So that is that kind of thing. So are we saying Thomas Partey is not an exceptional player? He is. He has actually proved himself, especially the last season. But Arsenal, who are a business entity, I see Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I am very critical when it comes to talking about Arsenal. I am not someone who gets to be biased. Arsenal is a business club. Arsenal tried as much as possible in season upon season to try as much as possible to get to that height of their financials. The financials is always the number one thing of a club because it helps them to pay for so many things. It helps them to stay afloat as a team. Now, if you check, Lyon, even though they are in the competition in the French League One, they have relegated because of their financials. So that's to tell you that Arsenal are really big. They don't want to go in depth, just like Manchester United, who begin to slash their pay and everything. They want to still stay afloat. And now they went to the drawing board and say, who would be a replacement? According to the stats you have been seeing from the start of this video, Thomas Partey last season had more stats than Christian Norgaard. It's just a little, in some areas, it's just a little, but in some areas, there is a great milestone that was between Thomas Partey and Christian Norgaard. But Arsenal look at this potential player from Brentford, 31 years of age. Just 1 year. Thomas Partey is just 1 year older than him. But Arsenal considered how much are we going to be paying this particular individual. This particular individual is earning 40,000 weekly. So news has had it that as it comes to the Arsenal, he would at least maybe get to 100 or 90, right, to play for Arsenal weekly. So Arsenal would be able to gain more if Partey goes. But unfortunately, Partey will be going as a free transfer agent. So Arsenal will really not be making more money from Thomas Partey, right? It's really going to be a sad one for Arsenal, right? But looking at these two things, Arsenal choose to go for a player who will not be injury prone like Thomas Partey. And again, looking at the amount. But as for Thomas Partey right now will be regretting the decision why he has not stuck to Atletico Madrid. He should have just stick to them because by now he would have gone more. He would have been playing in the Club World Cup. But unfortunately, they've gone out of the Club World Cup, unfortunately. So these are the two reasons Arsenal and Thomas Partey choose to say, hey, we are not going to have that agreement. And Arsenal definitely will not have any player put them on ransom. That is why they went straight ahead to sign Christian Norgaard. So definitely, without a doubt, Thomas Partey will be going to either Barcelona side or the Saudi side, because if he goes to the Saudi side, he will definitely get huge money. It's going to be like a retirement pay for them. And if you check most of all these players, they are going into the Saudi league because those ones, they don't collect tax and all those things. They get to have a retirement money for themselves as a player. So these are those two reasons. And this is also the reason why as a player, you should think it twice. And that is why I stand by that there is no player that has proven himself that should get a pay cut. I believe every player should be paid what they want. What they want. And that is why I did not really attack Jadon Sancho, who actually failed to take a pay cut from Chelsea. I do not come for Victor Osimhen, who refused to take a pay cut. If you prove yourself, I believe you should be able to get what you are worth, regardless. Because if you look at it, teams will value you and they are ready to pay. Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, Liverpool paid a huge money to sign him in the Liverpool squad. That is to tell you that whatever price tag you prove on yourself, teams are ready to pay for it. Guys, this video is long. Definitely, if you watch it to this end, let me know what you think about Thomas Partey's move, and especially Arsenal releasing Thomas Partey to go as a free agent come next season. I'll see you guys especially in the next one.